That said, we're moving on to our final recommendation for our man, and that is the Rolex Cellini Prince. This is one of the coolest watches you can buy, period, and one of the most overlooked modern Rolex timepieces. Now, 2005 to 2015, this watch was made a legitimate Art Deco alternative to the Reverso, because the Reverso was first made in 1931. This model's predecessor first bowed in 1928. So, who made who? Okay, the first display caseback on a Rolex. And I'm impressed by the fact that not only is it a display caseback, but the finishing on the caliber 7040 actually matches the dial on each version. You can see this one also features an engraved case flank. These are gorgeous watches, and the caseback's worthy of that display. The movement's that great. It's also sensational in rose gold. So you've got your option. If you want precious metal, you've got white gold, 2 options, plus rose gold and yellow gold. It's a chronometer, it's manual wind, 70-hour power reserve, fits on most wrists down to 13.5 centimeters circumference. You have choices with all golds available, and again, each movement matches the dial and the style of the case. Expect to pay $8,000 to $12,000 depending on several factors like age, condition, accessories, service receipts, but every Cellini Prince should be available for under 12 grand. Jason, who buys this watch? This is definitely not for every Rolex collector.
Yeah, I don't think this is necessarily a Rolex guy. I think this watch actually lends itself really well to a guy that doesn't like Rolex, because it's so different from everything else in the collection. I think of the selections that you gave, this is probably the one I would go with. I think it's the most unique. It lends itself well to being collected because it's not being produced anymore. It's also, I believe, the only Rolex with the exhibition caseback.
Only one ever, yeah.
So that's cool. It's different, and it doesn't look like any other Rolex, like I just said. So you know, if you're gonna go fine metal dress, I think this is an awesome way to go.
I'll also say this: this is the ultimate alternative to your Patek Philippe 5124 Gondolo. This is an alternative to the 5124. This is an alternative to the JLC Reverso. This is an alternative to a Cartier tank. I would even say this is the kind of Rolex that could attract a Vacheron collector, because historically Vacheron has been so closely associated with extravagant case forms and unusual lugs and beautiful fluid shapes, as well as quite a good deal of Art Deco influence back in the day. This is a watch that appeals to maybe everyone but the typical Submariner owner. So handsome option, that would be one of my picks. All right,